IG Live, ECA Community,
Let's go.
Elite Coaching Cast.
Let's go. Monday morning, baby.
Monday
Starting
morning.
the week strong.
Third task of the day. I was about to say first task of the day. This is my third task of the day. This is your first task. You drove up.
Literally drove all the way from San Antonio, like
a
2.5 hour drive.
Yeah, the traffic up there is completely nuts between the two. So when I was briefly sharing this with Bria, I know there's a lot of Texans that tune into the podcast. I moved here in 2018. And I remember first time I drove to San Antonio, I'm like, what the fuck? There's nothing going on like in between.
There wasn't then, but it's just grown so much now.
Holy
it's
cow.
insane.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. Soon it's all going to be one. Dallas, Austin, San Antonio is just going to be like one. Waco is all going to be like one Monopolis.
Big one. Yeah. The crazy thing is just like how far the drive is, even being so close. Like when you mentioned like Austin, I was like, oh yeah, I'm an hour away. And I was an hour away. But then you factor in traffic and everything like that. Yeah, it's nuts. So this morning we dropped off my little one, got ready, and then just
let's go
over here. So I'm ready.
Bree's one of our superstar ECA mentees. How long you been at ECA?
Literally 2 weeks.
Yeah, dude, you came in and you just like hit the ground running.
I had to. What else was I gonna do?
I know, like I think the day after you joined, you shared your first piece of content. I didn't know your name yet, and you shared your first piece of content in the Social Sauce channel. And Miranda's like, dude, this Bree girl is gonna be nuts.
I love that.
And I go check it. And I'm like,
praise.
Whoa.
High praise. Honestly, it was something that I knew I needed to do. Like I told you, and what I mentioned in the chat was I had been watching from the sidelines for so long. I followed you since even before you formed Team Mahaley, which seems so long ago now, which is absolutely nuts. But what I was telling him when we did our podcast on mine was that I have like a notebook from like Grow or Die. And it was just like all the episodes, liver, fiber, like everything that you were just going into. And obviously things have changed since then. Like you even said like, what you used to believe then is not what you believe now, right? And that's just trial and error. But I followed it. I was watching for a really long time. And then eventually you get to a point where nothing changes if nothing changes. Yep. And I just knew I had to hop on.
And you've obviously fully adapted the ECA content strat. All right, Bree, a little self-promo here. So I've got I just hit 78,000 today. 78,000 followers. I don't call myself some social media guru, but we're going to make $6 million this year off of 78,000 followers.
So something's working.
I'm pretty sure that there's no one who's doing content better than we are in terms of monetary exchange. You come in and like, dude, honestly, I'm starting to think and tell people like the first thing I want you to do is go to that social media model, like what I don't know what the fuck to post module,
right,
or app, and just like read this shit and start practicing this content because this shit works. It works.
It does.
But so many people in online fitness coaching community, like it's never been easier to stand out. You know what I'm not going to stand for? I saw last week. Alyssa's DMing somebody, and I see the notification pop up, and they're talking about how oversaturated the market is. The market's oversaturated if you're talking like everyone else, sharing the same shit everyone else is sharing, and posting the same content like they're posting.
Right.
But like these social media gurus will be like, do a hook and grab their attention and leave a cliffhanger.
Right.
And then you introduce yourself, and then do this. And I'm like, yeah, and you know that might get you 250,000 followers, which is amazing, and it's going to make you $100,000 a year.
Right.
And you know, for a lot of people, that's incredible.
Right.
But I'm trying to do numbers. I'm trying to have impact. I'm trying to change lives.
Exactly.
So like, what I see with your content is so dope. And the last piece of feedback I gave you, I think, leveled it up even more with the transition piece.
Helped a lot.
So with content, I just think you sit down. You record for 3, 4, 5 straight minutes. You just ramble, just go.
Yeah.
But content is marketing. And marketing is an exchange of enthusiasm to someone who needs to be more enthusiastic about the service they add to the world or about the things that they have. If you're pitching a service, you need to show how your enthusiasm will help them get to the place they need to go faster. If you're pitching a product, you need to be enthusiastic enough about the product for where they believe that that product adds excitement to their life. Marketing is an exchange of enthusiasm. And people get on and they just talk like this on their social media posts and they share the same thing.
Because they're there for
Ozempic is bad because it burns muscle. Like, everyone else has already talked about this. I mean, you were just sharing a success story about a client who like came to you
about a year ago
from Ozempic,
yes,
which is so outdated, by the way.
Yes,
but go ahead and dive into that. I want to hear about this client. What happened after
Yeah,
this?
so she had came to me. She was on these medications for diabetes, Ozempic being one of them, but that was more so because she couldn't lose weight, and the doctor's telling her, "Oh, well, of course you need to eat less, move more, eat less, move more," in a system that was already highly stressed out, already having all these different types of issues going on, to where at that point in my specific journey. I was really trying to dive into what exactly was going on. And this is where I feel like ECA gives me the tools to be able to handle this a lot more efficiently. But yeah, so we basically dove into resetting a lot of like that nervous system and blood sugar regulation, getting her on meals consistently. And a lot of people were like, well, you don't need, like, that's more bodybuilding types. I was like, no, we need to be able to stabilize that blood sugar, right? So more times than not, all of these issues can be corrected through simple lifestyle and environmental adjustments. And that's the beautiful thing about it. And then we can supplement as needed, right? But then now going maybe almost a whole year later, we both did 75 hard together. And I didn't cut her calories once. So she was eating about 2,000 calories a day, maybe even 21, sometimes 22, but we didn't touch a thing. And we really focused on like the meditation on days where she wouldn't train, right? Because people think 75 hard, you're going all in, all intensity for 75 days. What I told my girls was I prefer being intentional over intense. The days that you can give intensity, go ahead, give it. But we also need to take a step back sometimes, and rest is also intentional. So it was really prioritizing that with her, because she's very go, go, go. She's very, I'm training for a half marathon. I'm also training for high rocks. I'm also eating less. So all of these things, I really had to emphasize, slow down. Slow down and let's listen to your body. Fast forward a whole year later, all this to say, her A1C markers improved. She's not pre-diabetic anymore. Like, everything is just full circle turning. Now there's some things we still need to focus on. But she was one that we lost. I think she lost 35, almost 40 pounds. And that's not with Ozempic. That's just by like a complete lifestyle change, focusing on the little things that don't look so sexy, you know? And it's just, it was really cool to see that.
I love that. The lifestyle habits and factors you bring up is so gigantic. Obviously, something I love shitting on is people that aren't very educated on the human body, who talk about eat less, move more, calories in, calories out. Like, dude, that's
It's so vague too. Like, what does that mean?
It's so vague, and it's also just completely undermining the thousands and thousands of pathways of the human metabolism and what actually goes into this.
Yeah.
You bring up a great point with the nervous system dysregulation there. It's like, okay. So, say you're a female. You're training for high rocks. You're eating this low carb diet because you think that's what you're supposed to do. You got 1,500 calories a day coming in, which, you know, most females think that that's like a fine number because they eat so much fucking less. But you didn't make it more drastic. Let's make it 1,200.
Yeah.
And the scale's going up. And, you know, people who, quite frank, well, I really want to say a derogatory term here, but I'll say they're just not very smart.
Right.
Since we're on Instagram Live.
I like it.
Back, so we can't get banned yet.
Yeah. Let's tread lightly today.
Yeah, we'll try just today. Just not very smart. Talking about how it's impossible to lose weight if you're in a calorie deficit. You guys don't understand the human biology.
It's absolutely nuts.
And it's like, it literally makes my toes curl. You see my freaking toes curl while I'm doing that? It's
that
like,
calf pumped up.
Yeah, like, you guys are just so uneducated. And, you know, it's funny, like, typically this is coming from, you know, doctors who have very little nutritional
which is crazy, right?
understanding. But the nervous system regulation is huge because these people are stressed physically. You know, women are working more than they ever have before. I have my thoughts on, you know, kind of why this happened, what caused this. Maybe it could be a conspiracy theory, who knows? But like, women are definitely working a lot, and women have taken on many men-like roles in
that we're in fight or flight
life, and they're in fight or flight. So now we have sympathetic drive that's extremely intense. So our adrenals are going, we're looking out for danger. Physically, we're stressing the body by having so much output. Nutritionally, we have this micronutrient deficient diet, and we're also macronutrient deficient because we're just too low calorie. Not sleeping well at night. Cortisol is just so dysfunctional. people will get like an 8.5 in their morning cortisol and be like, I'm low cortisol. Like, no, you were so high cortisol for so fucking long that now your body just is struggling very badly to continue to regulate cortisol. Or you get labs and it's like 23 cortisol and it's like, wow, standing in the middle of a room on fire is going to be about 25. So
yeah, literally.
Right about there.
Yeah.
We have this low progesterone society. And all this goes in, to in ECA, we teach you the March method, which Lindsay and I came up with. It starts with mitochondrial health. So if you want to talk about calories in, calories out, then we're going to assume that everyone's mitochondria is being activated by T3 in the exact same manner, which is being converted in the liver from T4, which is being signaled from the thyroid into the liver. And we're just going to act like this process is happening so seamless and easily when we have a world full of way too high omega-6 intake, oxidized seed oils, these hyper palatable foods that just completely trick your mind and your dopaminergic response, so you could just get reward. Like we sip on this coffee and we just get reward, right? We have some Skittles, we just get reward,
right?
And reward's supposed to be a lot harder than that. Reward's supposed to be like working out, achieving milestones, having some sort of mission accomplished, and that's also supposed to be a little bit more of a masculine driven thing. But as you're experiencing, as you have experience with your health history, women stepping into that role, it's not going well. Like, women are not men. They're not small men. The biology is so completely different. It's crazy, Brie, when you would have found me, I definitely thought that women could be trained, dieted, and protocoled like a small man.
Right.
I believed that. And my God, like,
yeah,
you start working with so many people on fixing actual health issues, not bodybuilding, you realize, oh my God, this is awful.
And I think a big thing, sorry to cut you off, when we talk about calories in versus calories out, you also dismiss someone's effort coming into what they're trying to understand already, and so I've hopped on a couple of calls, especially since entering ECA as well, a lot more intentional calls, by the way. Like, they are targeted at a directed person who is trying to
because
solve
your content
issue.
is ECA style content.
Like,
it's dialed.
More than 2 weeks than I've had in 2 years, right? Let's just say that. We're not just talking about calories in versus calories out. They're coming to me talking about fertility issues, PCOS, birth control, Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, all of these things. Anyways, I was on a call yesterday, and she comes to me, and she almost had a near-death experience last year, pulmonary embolism, all of these other underlying issues that are still affecting her to this day, migraines, you name it, and she's a mom. So she can't afford to be feeling like this, right? There's just no more. But for so long, doctors were like, just once you drop 35 pounds, labs look normal, all of these things. She's like, I'm trying everything that I can, but how do you want me to drop 35 pounds when I can't?
That's a gigantic number.
When I can't, right? She's like, I'm waking up at 4. I'm doing the kids drop off. I'm eating great. She used to work with me a couple years back, but back then I can honestly say I knew nothing about nothing. Knowing what I know now, it's just like vast different, right? To your point too, it's just like workouts, cardio. Yep. Are you eating right? Are you sure you're following your meal plan? Like, it goes.
What normal coaching is.
Yes. Yeah. Like weekly check-ins.
There's going to be 2 types of coaches: the coaches not in ECA and the coaches who are.
Right, and you can tell the difference.
You can tell the difference.
Me being inside of it, I was like, this is the exact community that I needed, because if I was not doing this, I was just like a nerd for anatomy and physiology. Love it. And so I would definitely be doing nursing or some type of in that respect. And so being able to now actually not only know it, but apply it, world-changing, life-changing, impact. So all this to say, when she comes in and she's saying she's training as much as she can, she's eating this, she's taking these supplements where her friends are seeing weight loss and she's not. She's like, shouldn't I be seeing this? Like, this is frustrating. I'm like, all of this has a time and place. And I'm not saying you shouldn't focus on nutrition or workouts, but that is going to continue to stay masked and not as productive until we can get in and fix the root. And this is what a lot of people are missing.
And I think with the current age of medicine, what's happening here is, okay, you can't lose 35 pounds. Your thyroid numbers are going to be pretty bad in labs, I imagine, given everything that she's experienced. So you go to the doc and it's like, okay, we can try some T4 here, and we already know that that's not going to go well. I educate on that a ridiculous amount, so I won't dive too far into that. But we're also going to do this Ozempic thing. You know,
Yeah.
Ozempic, the GLP-1s are absolute shit. Like, they suck. They're not good. Do they achieve the goal of weight loss? Yeah, at the expense of bone density and muscle loss. Like,
Right.
come on.
Because they're not being also guided appropriately. They just
Not
put
at
them on
all.
without asking questions as to why do you feel like you need this.
And the other issue is if you have low thyroid, you're going to have low sex hormone as well. So we're not going to have testosterone to be able to preserve or build muscle.
Yeah.
We're probably going to have pretty low IGF. We're probably not going to be sleeping super well because we're so low micronutrient. Like the GLP-3s, like the retatrutide, that's where it really changes the game. You know, I'm involved in some pretty cool work going on there, and the last numbers I saw was about 4% of the weight loss occurring is muscle or bone. That's compared to over 50 in GLP-1. That's because it activates different pathways to burn fat and energy, specifically glucagon. So, like the retatrutide's, going to be amazing. I think that it's, I worry about the future of its application due to the fact that it's already available quite widely in terms of underground markets and whatnot. And if pharmaceutical companies feel that they've kind of missed the ball on getting that approved with themselves or having full control of that, then you really worry about what comes next, because GLP-1s are shit long term, whereas GLP-3s are going to change the entire world, and they already are.
Right.
But then, for this client, for example, it's like, okay, let's say I'm on T4, say I'm on Ozempic. Well, the weight loss is happening, but you're going to feel like shit because you're so low micronutrient. GLP-1 is going to slow motility so much too that like the food that you're taking in is just going to be sitting there. Now we already have all these negative downstream effects because we know that she's low thyroid. The T4 is not getting converted to T3 because the liver is so fucking wrecked. And the liver is so wrecked, the bile's just stagnant. None of the trash is being taken out while we just have shit literally sitting inside of our gut. Now we have fermentation occurring. Now we have a SIBO occurring. And now there's just more downstream effects. They're not, medical community not super well versed on SIBO. Obviously, with ECA Medical, we're completely fixing that. And we're going to take over the fucking world, by the way.
Honestly, I went through that module as well, and it's crazy because everything you're saying is something that I experienced too.
That's just what happens.
And it's just that downstream effect when you don't get it corrected.
People can get super triggered by this. People would be like, you're not a doctor. No, I own ECA Medical, where we have doctors and nurse practitioners working alongside of us to change the entire world of health outcomes. So you're right, I'm not a doctor. I'm just changing the world.
But what do we know? But what do I know, right? What do I know?
Hit us up. Telemed will take over all of your needs. So people say that, and it's like, okay, and similar to the content you're posting. So to finish the loop on the content piece, because you're going to be someone who you're going to start getting hate, and you're going to start, getting really mean things said to you.
Ready to
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain using biology what you disagree with. Not what your doctor told you. Explain using biology what I said was wrong.
Right.
So when doctors come at me online, or when normal people come at me online, it's never females. It's always these men. And you click on their profiles. Bree, I have this hilarious thing.
I saw one I think you posted last week or something.
Thing that I want to do so bad. I have these screenshots of these men who comment negative shit on my posts. I have screenshots of like some of their pictures on their profile.
Oh my God.
And I want to make a content piece so bad. Like, these are the men who hate on you.
I thought you were going to say you're going to make a shirt.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. Like, these are the pictures of the men who hate on your work online. So the next time you're mad about the private profile that said something, know that it looks like this guy.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
So, but you get all these people, and it's like, okay, I'm super over. Look, I don't want you to agree with me. If 80% of the world hates you and 20% of the world loves you, you're going to be way more rich and way more impactful and just way better overall as a professional.
Right.
So I want 80% of you to dislike me.
Right.
Like, thank you. And also, if no one dislikes you, you can't leverage haters for virality on social media, so it's harder to grow your page.
Right. Right.
So these people come, and it's like, especially with as much as you're learning with the work you're putting in, showing up to the case studies, showing up to the master classes, working the modules, explain using biology what you disagree with. Bree, you're going to be amazed at how the crickets just fucking get louder and louder.
Right.
Or you just get blocked.
Right.
Or, I always share how many doctors I've invited on the podcast. Come to Austin, hop on a podcast.
We'll have a discussion.
We'll have a chat. Like, live. Like this podcast, all of my podcasts are now streamed live. And the people can decide who's blocked. Or they email me. And so I have my team get in contact with them, send them all the booking information, yada, yada. As soon as this is done, confirm with me, and I'll book with the podcast studio.
Right.
Never hear back.
Right.
It's like, so when you're really fucking well versed in this stuff, the value that you're able to bring to the world is quite literally changing it, which is what you're doing right now. But especially, there's something interesting amongst women where women really hate seeing other women like really fucking make it.
And they won't say it, but
They won't say men like have that, but like women have this like nature about them. Like, man, when someone really starts making it and like, oh, she like kind of disagrees with my stance. Man, women don't like that with one another. It's like, you're gonna get a lot of hate.
yeah, I already know.
Are you ready to like leverage that?
Honestly, yes. I feel
Good.
like with the knowledge and the education behind it, like to my point,
Yeah.
the thing we talked about last week, where she was like, well, I had a miscarriage. Does that qualify me to now go talk about miscarriage? I said, right off the bat, no, it doesn't. But what we do with our experiences is up to us. You chose to not do anything or learn more. And I'm choosing to help other women not experience this anymore.
Yep.
When is enough enough?
Yep.
And so
When is enough enough?
when is enough enough?
At what point are you fed up with the shit? Like
Getting
at
told,
what
oh, yeah,
point?
this happened soon.
What point do you not just open your eyes and realize I don't like how things are going?
No, not at all.
I'm not going to dive into it here. I'm going to open the platform for people to encourage people to go look into this themselves.
Right.
I have made it very clear on Instagram, I'm not a fan of much RFK has done. I love that he's given us a platform to finally talk about health. And without him having the publicity within this, whatever you want, state of government affairs, I'm not. I don't like politics in America. He has done something powerful in the fact that we're having this conversation. He had a very powerful presentation last week that I hope everyone goes and just opens their mind to educate themselves on a little bit. And I say that to say, how are you looking around at everything going on with the health in America? And you're just cool with it. The Walton family, who owns the Walmart, they're opening this school of medical education in Arkansas. I bet they are.
Yeah.
I bet they motherfucking are. The first 5,000 admitted people get free school. I bet you do.
Oh, okay.
I bet you do get
Well,
free
do.
school. I wonder what the Walton family would have in this. And people go, "Ooh, tax write-off." Oh, is it?
So that,
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to trust them, if you want to trust, like, I'm not saying I trust RFK at all. I am saying I trust people who have been on this podcast that share a lot with me.
Right.
And some of this stuff's eye-opening, dude.
It is.
Some of it's shocking. And, you know, I think, man, my God, I hear this guy talk about biology, and I'm like, you're kind of an idiot. Respectfully.
Like, you want your beliefs
But
to be challenged too. You need to have
You need
conversations
to challenge your fucking beliefs.
that, yeah.
We live in this.
Like, I want to be the
Echo
dumbest
ch-
person in the room.
100%. We live in an echo chamber. We're literally in a room right now. We're in a soundproof room right now.
Yeah.
People are living in a soundproof room everywhere they go with the phone calls they have, the FaceTimes they have, the partners they date, the social media people that they follow, the places that they experience, go to, of the exact same thing being said and parroted everywhere. So then somebody comes and says something a little bit different. And it is so viscerally triggering to you that you feel the need to comment on social media and tell someone who's just sharing their life experience that they can't talk about this because XYZ.
Right.
Or that they're, you know, whatever, insert whatever derogatory name.
Yeah.
Like, that's a very sad world to live in, but you know what else it is, Bree? You know, the people who have the least amount of agency and curiosity go hand in hand together are the people who are low thyroid and low testosterone.
Yeah.
High metabolic health and high testosterone people are curious
Yes.
and constantly challenging their beliefs.
Right.
So isn't it crazy to me? Like, it all comes back to, oh, this is your biology. Your biology is fighting you, and that's why you're trying to fight everyone else.
Truly. Yeah.
That's so
Like,
sad.
let's relax for a minute. Like, let's get grounded. Go outside and put your feet in grass.
Go
for
grounded.
a minute. Just for a
Go
minute.
ground for a minute. Last week, Brianne made that post on the grounding and red light. Like, I know, like, you're dialed into my content. You see how much I talk about it.
Yes.
But, like, if I just make content on grounding and red light, it's not that sexy.
Right.
I shared that note in the social sauce chat last week. Like, hey, you guys are doing really good stuff, but some of your content needs to have some more sex appeal to it. Meaning, not sex appeal in terms of like physical sex appeal. I'm talking in terms of talk about like talk about sexy shit.
Yeah.
Talk about the peptides. Talk about the bioregs. Talk about my God, my post on Reddit True Tide's still going viral.
Really?
Like, talk about the shit that people don't know anything about. I made that sleep carousel on Zenith PM, and I highlighted in the caption glycine and phosphatidylglycerine. But no one knows what they are.
Right.
Everyone knows magnesium, biglycinate, and fucking theanine.
Yeah.
So if I highlight those in the caption, no one's going to read.
Right.
Right? Like, you got to have some
Okay,
sex appeal in terms of what's sexy to talk about in your content. So I made that post about light therapy and grounding because this guy who's always in my DMs asking for, he just wants my energy. He's gotten quite hateful towards me recently in his posts and his stories.
Oh, no.
And Dom Kuza noticed it too. And he's been chatting with me about it. Like, yo, this guy's mad about your success.
And he's like subliminally messaging, I guess. Yeah, not
He's never
directly.
messaging.
Yeah.
I've seen him do it to other people as well. And so he's like, if your mentor is constantly flexing how much money they make and can only talk about peptides online, like, all right, let me dive into red light therapy and grounding since you clearly don't understand my content.
Exactly.
Just to fucking like piss you off. And it
Right.
has like 38,000 reach in 2 days. It's like, see, it doesn't matter what you post. If it's good content, that shit goes nuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think that there's an important note in that. The important note is, as your content is attracting more and more people, we have what I like to call the start of a content waterfall. So a content waterfall to me, I'm going to re-educate on this inside ECA super soon. It's been quite a few months, way before you were in. A content waterfall to me starts with the idea, but I've taken it a step further recently. What's the idea that gave you the idea? What's the thing that someone said that triggered your idea that then triggered the waterfall? So how this is going to work is people who say negative thing. The hormonal birth control one, let's use that as the start. Since I had a miscarriage, or not hormonal birth control, the miscarriage. Since I had a miscarriage, does that qualify me to speak on miscarriages? So this is a start to the idea. So this is the overall topic.
Right.
From here, we have multiple different paths that we can go. One path is, well, no, you can choose to not do anything about it, and here's the repercussions of this, and I think that's good content.
Yeah.
The other path is, yeah, this started my curiosity into wanting to learn more to service more people,
right.
And now we just trickle down content from here. So the idea that started the idea, we share this. Like, you screenshot it and you just will talk about it.
Right.
And like you share, more from there. We then put all of our thoughts together for each of, let's say there's those two pillars. Mm-hmm. You can choose to not do anything, you choose to do something. Now we make a big long podcast about it. Where you have the perfect setup to do so. You have your podcast platform. Maybe you even have someone like Lindsay on the podcast, chat about these two, because she's had, experiences with the medical community. And now we have, from this podcast, we covered these two subtopics to the main topic. And now we have a whole bunch of clips we pull from the podcast, and these get shared to TikTok, to YouTube Shorts, to Instagram, distributed all over the place. Right. And then anything that hits on these platforms, we take and we turn it into X posts or carousel posts to further educate on, because we already know that people are interested in that sound bit. And now we have this content.
Right.
So now what hit on the video form that also hit in the carousel form, we now make ads out of that. We make ads, and lead magnets are in there with ads. We make lead magnets and ads based off this hit here, and then this hit when I had a carousel post, and this is from this topic. This means that people are interested in this. And now we make a lead magnet, and then we make ads that we push through Meta and Google ads, Google for YouTube, Meta for the Instagram.
Right.
And that's how you have your content waterfall. So when you leverage the people who have this thought. She shared that with you because other people have that thought too. So you know you're going to hit a trigger response.
Right.
You put it into a long form piece, and then you break it all the way down to, well, this hit here, 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 here. So make an ad and a lead magnet out of it.
Right.
And now you have instant lead generation, instant cash churn, and more people following your page from the ads who are interested in you. And like you referenced earlier, all the sales calls you're getting since showing ECA are so dialed.
They're so specific.
Now,
Love it. I'm not shooting in
it's
the dark.
even more specific.
Yes, yes.
Like that's how you just dial in that content waterfall to turn content to cash, guaranteed ROI.
Right.
And that kind of cool. It's kind of easy.
It's so cool. And I remember, like I said, used to be, or still am, all into like physio and anatomy. And I remember one of the coaches that I used to follow, they had mentioned, stop talking about science. No one cares about it. And so then, being so young early on, I was like, okay, you're right. Like, let me just go with what's trending and make like cute little videos or whatever. But it's just, I felt like I was going against the grain. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. So this is why I feel like ECA is like perfect for me, because I can nerd out, educate, and help. Like when you can do all of those and like fulfill that need for me, and not just feel like I'm giving you another workout that now anyone could get. Yeah, that market is very saturated. Very. Anyone can do that. I can teach you how to do a Bulgarian split squat and you'll be great.
It's fully replaced by AI already.
Yeah. And
I truly would say that.
Yeah.
That market is fully replaced by AI.
Yeah. AI gives you like a full workout plan. You're fine. Like
good.
But yeah, you're fine. You can follow that and you're good. But what happens when you get to a point to where you literally can't?
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the next level of online fitness coaching and how I see it. And I say this is how I see it. I know with 100% certainty that this is what's happening. We briefly chatted on this before we hopped into the podcast, and I was trying to figure out my freaking Instagram password. So
the worst, by the way.
My God. Because it's also, you just get nervous about like, man, if I reset this password.
Yeah, it's going to take forever. Yeah.
Takes it away. Community. The community inside of ECA is completely insane. And I try to get each of you to leverage this for the way that you build your communities as well. Everyone knows how I felt with the WAP platform. Like, I think they're absolutely spectacular. Although you guys need to fix our fucking modules. I'm getting pissed off. I didn't realize it was still a problem.
I think they're great, but what about them?
By the end of the day, it'll be fixed because they redid the March method for us.
Got it.
But I love WAP because WAP gives you, it's almost like a social media education and IP sharing platform. Rather than just a community or an education platform.
Right.
We also have it set up really dialed inside of ours. But WAP gives you something that nothing else gives you, not even Instagram. Even when your Instagram's popping off, here's why. You sign on to WAP right now. We're just referencing it out there. I had my sound on. You have the notifications on. And it's like the community just fucking
it's like
beaming.
Doom.
I'm like, hey, it can't be a flex. Like, have this on.
Right, exactly.
But you go on WAP and it's like, oh man, there's 6 or 7 or 8 different places that have new updates or new IP shared from the directors or just community involvement happening. Whereas like on Instagram, you don't really have community. You have you sharing your thoughts to community that follows you. You have one-on-one DMs with people who DM you. And you have people watch your stories, but you don't really have this collaboration of community.
Even with Facebook groups, that's tough.
Even with Facebook groups and stuff. And WAP has made it so easy. I was on a call with Minty last week, who is, I believe he's now our highest earning Minty. I've got 4 who are really competing for that top spot right now, and I'm pretty sure he just had the best August. 89K, shout out, here, I don't know if you want me sharing your name online. A lot of his clients follow me. Some people don't.
I love it. That's the goal,
they're
right?
modest.
Oh,
yeah. With 3,100 Instagram followers.
It's crazy.
89K in a month, 3,100 Instagram followers. He's like, I spend more time on WAP than I spend on Instagram.
Same, yeah.
All right, so if you have this set up for your clients, where we have now made learning and making money and self-improvement more addictive than Instagram, what do you think your clients are going to do with their health if it's more addictive than Instagram, than Facebook, than TikTok? So, Bree, I think, and I would love to hear your thoughts based on you being in the community, but you also have these conversations with so many women now. I think that the future of fitness is 100% how deep, detailed, and active and thorough is your community setup.
Right.
And, we had that masterclass on Wednesday where the WAP team's coming in and teaching you guys how to set up your WAP.
I love that.
Oh, it's going to be insane.
I'm excited.
And we have something way bigger and way cooler coming here after.
Yeah.
We're going to be done for you WAP community setup for everyone who comes in ECA.
I love that.
It's just insane.
What y'all give is second and none. It's top tier.
Insane.
No one's touching it.
What do you? I think that's the future of community. The future of online training, and then the second part that we're doing with ECA Med is integrative health with the trainer. You guys all have that now.
Yeah.
Because we have telehealth. That's the future. I think if you're a trainer that doesn't have medical oversight, I don't think I know that you're going to die. I know that you're not going to be able to keep growing. You're not going to be able to keep scaling. And if you don't have community, you're just going to lose everyone. What do you kind of see as the future there based off the conversations you're having? Do you think that's something that your girls want?
1000%. And I touched on the Facebook group earlier. I have 400 girls in a Facebook group.
Wow.
I had created this club, which
Wait,
is
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
We need to get them on WAP.
Yes.
Bree,
I have 400 girls in there.
Get them on WAP. 400, a community of 400. That's what ECA is.
Yeah. I have 400.
We can make a fuck ton of money on if we get them on WAP. On Facebook, we can't monetize it.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, I drop information on there, but they're not getting it. You know what I'm saying? There's one reach, two reach, three reach, but there's 400 in there. And this all started, I want to say,
we got to work on
earlier this year. Yes, we do. I'm excited
my goodness.
for it. Yeah. So earlier this year, maybe last year. Anyways, I started this club, which is the name of my podcast, Muscle Mommy Club.
Yeah.
For women local to San Antonio, right? And I've been through divorce. I've been through all of these things, single parenting, co-parenting. But there wasn't really an outsource or a resource for me to be able to engage with other women maybe going through the same thing. When we go through things, we tend to internalize, right? And due to that internalization, we self-isolate and we can sometimes self-destruct and we can say negative beliefs to ourselves that really aren't true. However, we're not getting any other outside input, right, to make these beliefs then go away and be like, no, you are strong, you're empowered, all of these things. So I started doing boot camps, right? Not really for others, but more so for myself to be able to also heal a part of me that missed that for so long. So through these boot camps, I then started making connections and genuine connections. Coming to find out that a lot of women are going through all of these same things, but we're not talking about it. Hey girl, how are you? Oh, good. Okay, good. See you later. What did you work out in the gym today? Blah, blah, blah. Just passing by conversations. Nothing intentional, nothing meaningful. And with women, it is so important because you never know. I had a boot camp while I was going through my miscarriage, actually. So I was bleeding during the boot camp, but no one knew. But I knew that I still had to show up. So the thing that I was preaching was it does not matter how you show up. You need to show up in your mess. You don't have to show up perfect. All of these things to where it's I created the podcast now to not just reach San Antonio, but to reach everyone else who is now searching for a community and for answers. So that's how that started to grow, and I just decided to do it. One day I just set up my office, and it became something that I just love being in. It's my little nook in the house, and it just started from there. And then the Facebook group grew and grew and grew and grew, and it's still growing. And now it's finding a way to nurture that. And I don't want to be so spread thin as to be oh damn, now I have to post on Facebook. Now I have to do all of these things to where it's kind of scattered, right? I currently use Trainerize for my clients. Until I maybe could find a better efficient one, I'll transfer to that. But posting on Trainerize and then posting on the Facebook group, it's where as a client, I would be where do I go?
Yep.
Where am I want to engage, but where do I go?
Yep.
And so I think WAP would probably be my
WAP fixes that for you.
Yeah.
we're fixing that problem too.
Yeah, exactly.
So internalizing the struggles that we're going through, obviously huge problem that people have. How do you kind of coach your people through that? Do you leverage community, or do you leverage more one-on-one time for your clients with that? I'd recommend trying to leverage community because one-on-one time is just so
Yeah.
You got to start taking that on. But how do you do it?
I recently started doing, especially I was like running like little challenges of like 8-week challenges and more so for teaching more about like metabolic health and things like that. I would put Zoom calls in there, and sometimes due to like scheduling, they wouldn't really like hop on, or I'd have one or two. But for me, I'm always like, okay, whoever's going to show up is meant to show up, and we're just going to educate and give like immense like sauce, basically.
Sauce.
Exactly. And so first it was one-on-one, and then I started to learn how to navigate these conversations to where now if it's in a group, in a community, I can actually like be able to navigate a conversation to a broader group even more and be able to do like real life applications and stuff like that. But if I can really leverage that community, especially like Facebook, like the 400 people I have in there, it'd be insane.
Yeah, you bring up an interesting point about whoever shows up is kind of meant to be served. I chat about this with the client success team. We had our Monday morning 9:30 a.m. meeting. And something I want them really working on with all the mentees in your calls is if only 300 people view your reel, people view that as only 300 people saw it. But if I put you in front of 300 people in a room right now and I told you to go do your thing, you'd walk in, you'd be like, what the fuck do I do? There's so many people here. Like, I'm not sure what to say. The people that show up are the ones who are meant to show up to be served by you, and you have the ability with every rep that you take on posting content to gain their trust, add value, gain confidence in your delivery.
Yeah.
And if you were meant for more, you would have more, but you haven't put the work in yet. So that's why when you look at creators that get millions of views or all this stuff, they've just put the work into it. And like, you're obviously getting really good return on your social strat. Like a lot of people, it takes longer. Some people it hits right away. Some people it's a long nurture. You got to learn how to create content that shows up with enthusiasm and adds value. So with people who are posting the content, with people who have these communities they're building, 400 people, it's funny you say this, 400 people in a Facebook community. I'm like, damn, like we have 400 people in WAP. And I see how impactful that is. You have 400 people in a Facebook community. 400 people viewing your shit that is targeted towards the person you want to work with, that is something that you have conviction and belief in, that you are showing up with enthusiasm, and that is 400 potential clients who are watching you right now.
Yeah.
And if you're not able to appreciate the 400 or the 300 right now, then you don't deserve 300,000 or 400,000. You don't deserve more than that, because these people are the ones that matter. There was somebody, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm slipping the name right now. I made a note. I moved them to my general. So like my team's in my primary. I moved them to my general, so I talk to them anytime they message. He had followed me since I was in Cincinnati.
That's crazy.
11, 12 years ago.
Wow.
He followed me that long. And he shot me a message like, it is just so cool to see what we've done. And the more support. My team sent it to me. I'm like, move him to my general. I'm going to send him a video back. This is insane. That guy followed me before I had 5,000 followers.
Yeah.
That guy followed me when my bank account was negative. So if I couldn't appreciate him before I had it, then I wouldn't deserve to have anything I have now.
Exactly.
And people who are new to creation, they get caught in this scarcity mindset, I think. But you're not able to create out of scarcity. No, you're only able to create out of abundance. Creating and scarcity and creation, they don't coexist. That's not real. It's not. You can't have them both. When you're in scarcity, you're not creating. You're just kind of treading water to complete tasks, trying to keep your head above from drowning.
That's what I felt like I was doing prior.
But you got to step into it. You got to step into but you know how you get into abundance is you just fucking start talking better to yourself. Your I am statement's the most powerful thing that you have, and something that we are in complete control of. No matter if the world around us is on fire, we have control of our I am statement. So anything you say after that I am, you are going to be able to step into that, and the world will bring you that. It will be delivered to you. So what comes after the I am? I am stressed. I am tired. I am sore. I am this. I am that. I am poor. I am whatever. The world's bringing that to you.
Yeah.
I'm abundant. I am rich. I'm full of value.
Yeah.
I am so hyper creative that the world has to have my sauce. The world will bring that to you.
Right.
And people get stuck in this scarcity, and they're trying to create. And creation is step one of marketing. And if we understand that marketing is an exchange of enthusiasm, and your enthusiasm's being completely destroyed by your scarcity,
It's not just
then
another
who the fuck is buying from you?
Exactly. 100%.
Nobody.
Yeah.
No one's buying shit from you.
Yeah. Because even something as like touchy as miscarriage, right?
Yeah.
You would think, and I think maybe that's where a trigger point for that specific person who came onto my channel saw it. Why are you talking about miscarriage and you're so hopeful about it? Well, there is hope. There is. So why am I going to talk about an already bleak topic that maybe a lot of people tread lightly around, and understandably so. However, when we can understand the systems behind it and actually what's going on, because our body is always speaking to us, we just have to understand it. That's exciting. Are you kidding me? If you're telling me that I can have another baby and that this isn't the end of my journey and that maybe I have to do IVF and maybe deal with everything else that comes with IVF and another failed transfer and another, something is going on. You're not telling me that that's not exciting, that I could fix it, that I can help you fix it? Come on, you know?
Having answers to why things went wrong, what went wrong. I just think it's super important. I think Dr. Ian said it perfect in the case study last week that he had shared with you guys. We talked about this on your podcast. So, sometimes it's just not meant to happen.
Right.
Sometimes the biology is not meant to work in our favor. And that's challenging to accept. Yet the reality is, with the rate that we're experiencing this, back to the previous conversation, we should probably understand what the F is going on to cause this. Chat with me about kind of what's next that you got going on. You're hitting on Instagram now. We have the content going. We've got momentum going. What's your current lead magnet? What are you using for your current lead magnet?
Truthfully, I've been trying to set that up still.
Really?
Yes,
I can't
so many
get fucking
it.
leads coming in anyway.
Yes,
that's a great problem to have.
Yes, they've been coming in just like naturally via DMs, to where maybe over the past 2 weeks it's been like 30 coming in, which is like
so
literally
if you have 30
ridiculous.
new leads in 2 weeks, what would you guys do with that? Well, you can be in Bree's situation and figure that out.
It's insane.
ECA sauce.
It's insane. And I'll tell you what, like I mentioned this earlier too, and these past 2 weeks I've had way more intentional conversation than the past 2 years, right? And not only is it because we're dialing in on who we are serving, because when you're a sniper, you can be a lot more accurate as opposed to maybe like a machine gun, right? Where you're just kind of like everywhere, not really hitting the mark. All this to say is, like I said earlier, nothing changes if nothing changes. And before I came on to ECA, I was at a point, the bank account wasn't reflecting the busyness that I was putting in, right?
I was working just to work.
I felt exhausted.
Yeah.
So exhausted. I have a son to think about. I got a mortgage to pay. All of these things. The economy's not getting any cheaper, and it just felt like, where is my money going? Right. And so back in 2021, 2022, I was having 10, 15, 20K months.
Yep.
But because back then, especially after COVID and everything happened, a lot of people were just wanting a workout routine. A lot of people were just you can get by on that. You can't do that anymore. There is a big gap now. And, before I could just post a gym picture and I had 10 clients.
Yep.
Boom, easy. But all this to say is, like I said, I knew something had to change. And even though I didn't have, at the time, the money to invest in ECA, I made it fucking work.
I know.
Because I had to be like, okay, I need to think about the long haul. I'm still going to be here in 6 months.
Yep.
If I don't move right now. And it was scary. I remember calling my best friend. She's actually sitting in the room. I told her, I was in tears, and I was like, dude, I really made a big decision. I was like, this doesn't feel like a risk because I know the reward's going to come from the work that I put into it, just like anything, right? So I know if this is going to happen, it's going to be up to me, which is exciting because you have the power to do anything if that mind just believes that it can. And I was just so excited to talk about it. And it's really hard to talk about to someone who really doesn't see that vision, right? I've also had those conversations as well.
Yeah.
But like I said, no risk, no reward.
Yeah.
And so, but I don't see this as a risk at all. It's already given me so much intentional things that I'm productive now instead of busy.
Yeah.
And I know who I am targeting. I know who I want to help. I know the impact. And every single day I wake up like ready to go. And before I was like, oh, fuck. Like, what am I going to do today? What's the agenda on today? I have case studies scheduled out in my calendars. I have all of these. Like, if there's something I'm going to learn, it's going to be something today. And it's just exciting.
I love that. I love that so much. You've obviously done amazing work. You're someone that I greatly believe in. I would do one more task because we have time for it. Let's configure. We're going to walk through and do a live one-to-one session here.
Okay.
So the people watching on the live, you can do this here along with me. If you're in ECA, you've probably already done this practice. Let's configure this next lead mag strategy.
Okay.
Because what we're doing right now is working right now. But eventually we go from 30 in 2 weeks to 20 in 2 weeks, 12 in 2 weeks if we don't adapt.
Right.
So do you know over your last 30, do you have your phone on you?
Yeah, I do.
Pull up your last 30 days Instagram analytics, and what are the topics of your 2 best performing posts? Take your time.
Do you know exactly where to go? You can do this for me.
Yeah, it's professional dashboard.
Yeah, I'm gonna have it just so it could be.
So we'll go to professional dashboard. We're gonna go to content you shared. Dude, this is awesome. Last 30 days, 237 content pieces. That's really good.
Okay, good.
We shoot for, if I share 250 content pieces every 30 days, we know that month in ECA, we're going to do about 300K. So we know that every 50 pieces of content shared is about $60,000 of rev, right? So after you do this for a prolonged period of time, especially when content's dialed, like right now we've got 2 or 3 weeks since your content's been down, we then can take how much content we shared. We can divide revenue by how much content we shared after we have 3 months of content, and we know how much every 10 pieces of content, how much money that basically makes us.
Right.
So last 30 days, the reel that performed the best was struggling to conceive or walk through miscarriage. Just going. We have a carousel post here.
I didn't do so well.
That was, what was the topic of this one? You remember the topic of this one?
Of that one? I think it was just a gym picture of things I enjoyed throughout the week. Literally.
Oh, that's cute. So that means we should just do that. Like that perform well. Let me see one more thing.
Yeah, and I like put in little bits and pieces of like
value,
body temp, stuff like that. Yeah.
We have eating less and doing more is killing your metabolism. So we have an amazing content base we can take from this and share on your page from that. And then we have, so your 2 big things right now are the metabolic health and the conception.
Okay.
So we can now take this and we can make 2 lead magnets based off of this. The lead magnets, we can host them behind a mini chat or a GHL automation sequence where every time somebody comments certain keywords, obviously this is going to get delivered to them and we can just curate content on this. So how this plays into the content waterfall is now we have things that have worked well in terms of your Instagram posts. So from here, we're going to create lead magnets off of this. And now we start a new waterfall from the lead magnet. This lead magnet is metabolism. This lead magnet is conception.
Okay.
From here, all the content we make sort of leads into these things. So your carousel posts, your reels, your Instagram stories. Instagram stories are made for connection. So use your Instagram stories to connect with people. Instagram posts are made for attention and trust, right? So on our story, we're going to share the super, like the more detailed nitty gritty stuff.
Yeah.
So same metabolism, right? Share like a picture of what your waking temperature is. And like, if it's under 97.6, like here's what I'm gonna do today to get this back up over 97.6.
Love that.
That's like a story post. It's like very intricate value.
Yeah. Like
right?
measurable data.
Measurable data that people can also take and apply to themselves.
Right.
On your public profile, the content that you share with the public, this can be, just simply why body temperatures matter for metabolism, why it's deeper than psycho, CICO, this calories in, calories out, why vitamin B1 deficiency is why you can't handle carbohydrates well, because you're eating low carbohydrate, is the reason that you feel X, Y, Z, which is going to be metabolic downfalls. So on and so forth. That drives to the metabolism lead magnet. 50% of our posts, when your content is out, you can do 50% of your posts with a subtle CTA.
Okay.
So I comment metabolism, I'll slide in your DMs with a resource.
But not always.
Like that, but not always. I like 50% of the posts.
Okay.
We ask for a sale after we've given a ridiculous amount of value.
Yeah.
So if you're not giving any value, we first need to get to a place where your last 20 posts are value.
Yeah.
Right? And then we start asking for things. So then on the conception and fertility side, like what's a list of things that is really that hinders female fertility? How can we? This week we have the hormonal birth control masterclass on Thursday with Lindsay, the director of education, and Mac, one of my coaches in EFH. Like, what bits and pieces can we take from that and then curate more content and serve your community off of?
Right.
This is the diet that I would eat if I was trying to get pregnant right now.
Right.
Like the content pieces like that drives into this lead magnet. So we have 2 live lead magnets. We have content that's flowing into that lead magnet. And now we go from content waterfall into prospect and lead generation waterfall.
Right.
Right. And we just have people flowing upstream into these lead magnets based on the content that's downstream.
Right.
Right. We see which lead magnet performs the best. If it's a metabolism one, we now curate ads based off metabolism. Mm-hmm. If it's the conception one, we can now curate ads based off the conception one. Inside of ECA, my director of marketing, Shannon, is in there showing you guys how to set up meta ads in your Facebook. It's super easy, amazingly helpful masterclass that she did, and she just breaks it down so well. It's amazing. About 26 minutes long or so. Huge value add.
Yeah, I need to look at that because on my Facebook that's linked to my Instagram, I have like 9.5 thousand.
You absolutely want to leverage this.
Yeah.
So after we do have like maybe 14 to 30 days of data based off of lead magnets we created.
Right.
Now we get to just make ads off of those. We then have an ads module, like how to curate ads and what to do with ads as well. Or for something that intricate, like that's where I offer the one-to-one calls. Like, let's just hop on and I'll get Shannon on there and we'll just talk about these ads you should do. But with our lead magnet, the only way we convert that into paying customers is if the lead magnet is so intricate, so high value, and so much deeper than anything that you share, even on your story, that it's almost to what your clients are going to get when they come into your cohort. Like 80, 90% there. We're going to solve a lot of things in this lead magnet. The issue is you can't really solve everything because you're not working one-to-one with this person. You don't have their lab work. You don't have their symptomatology. You don't have their backstory and their history. So how much information can we give in a lead magnet without kind of crossing that line? If I don't have all the info about you, but like these things are pretty generally safe for like 90% of people to like do and improve right now.
Right.
That trust built in the lead magnet is what converts to sales, right? So like that's kind of your next step to where we can go from 30 prospects, now 100 prospects in 2 weeks. And at 100 prospects in 2 weeks, 20% of these people are going to be the ones who actually book calls. And if you're good at doing calls, then you're going to be doing 10 closes a week. And I'm not sure you can handle much more than that, because then at that point you kind of mean you're like, dude, I need fulfillment help. Yeah. So now you put,
That's
fulfillment help into the company.
Yeah, what I was talking to Miranda about was I got my lead magnet like file, like ready to go, dialed in. I was just having trouble with the like the Google and then like linking it to the sheets. I did that, and then it was just like everything else after that. I don't know why I was having so much issue with it, but I think
on ManyChat you were having issue?
No, it was like Autocrat. Is it Autocrat? Or is it
I don't know. AutoScript or the Google Sheets. Yeah, I would just put it in ManyChat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just make it look pretty in Canva, or have Kevin make it look pretty in Canva.
I did that. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you'll just upload that to ManyChat, and it'll go out as a link. I have that. How to set up ManyChat automations. That's in the biz dev modules as well. Because like there's a certain way you want to do it so that Instagram doesn't mark you as spam. Like you have to ask for their permission to send the lead magnet, and then they click the next button to send that lead magnet. But it also boosts you in the algorithm too, because it shows more DMs in response to DMs and response time to DMs, so it does make your account favorable.
Okay, I'm gonna get it right. Like my brain is turning.
Yeah, like dude, it's honestly it's so much easier to get to a 30, 40, 50K month than I think people like realize. It's just systems.
Honestly,
I just gotta have systems in play.
These past 2 weeks, like I was like, holy shit, I could scale 100K
easy
in a month. I was like,
I mean, there's so many other people doing it. Like,
and I'm not burnt out. I mean, let me say that.
out.
Like I'm not burnt out. I'm like in alignment. Like
I love that.
I love it.
I love that. So if someone's on the fence about ECA right now, what would you tell them to do?
Do it. Like, I guess you don't want to make money then, huh? I guess you don't want to impact, huh?
Guess.
Like, yeah. I'm obsessed with it. I'm like 2 weeks in, not even a full month in. I'm already seeing the benefits. But again, like anything else, like a fitness journey, like anything else would, you gotta put in the work, right? Nothing's gonna come if you don't actually sit down, create a plan, take what the team's telling you, take what Justin's telling you, keep your push notifications on. Like there is no reason why you can't be successful in what you're doing if you put your mind to it. And so same thing with ECA. I mean, the tools are there.
Yep.
You just gotta learn how to work them and use them and pick them up.
I love that. Well, you're doing spectacular work. We're very proud of you. Huge asset to the community. Always love seeing the value that you drop in there.
Thank you.
Bree, give us your socials. Give us your podcast.
Yeah. So on social media, you can find me at Bree Aguilar. So BRIAGUILA, and then 2 R's at the end with an underscore. And then the podcast is Muscle Mommy Club Podcast on Spotify and Apple. And the goal here is just to educate, empower, inspire, and create a safe space for women to come and not feel dismissed, but heard and guided in their journey, personal and in the gym. So I'm excited, Justin. Thank you. Also, success loves action. When Justin told me about this, I was like, I could be there next week.
Yep.
I could be there next week.
Did we chat about this Thursday?
Yes. Well, we talked about my podcast
Yep.
the week before. You said DM me. Within 5 seconds, I DM'd you.
Yep.
And then I was like, quick. I need to get on him quick.
Yep.
He's busy, right?
Yep.
And so then did that. And then after this, after ours last week, he was like, I need to get you out to Austin. I said, I could be there tomorrow.
Yeah,
Obviously
I didn't realize you were in San
tomorrow.
Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we were here Monday, and yeah, success loves
First
action.
thing Monday morning, success loves action.
You got to move.
And, complacency definitely breeds more more lack of success. So success leaves clues. Lack of success does as well. Bree Aguilar, ECA. Until next time.
Until next time, you guys.
Peace.
Thank you. Peace.